Welcome to Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news, trends, and insights from Littlefield Agency. Grab your coffee, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Welcome back to another edition of Little Talk with Littlefield Agency. I am Sam Littlefield, and with me is my ice cream loving, espresso martini drinking, front row parking, Mr. Rube.
That's me.
He was just telling me about his Saturday night, which was Friday or Saturday.
It was Saturday.
It was a great little Saturday night.
Carrie's my wife's birthday, and we went out and had a big time.
Would you describe happy birthday, Carrie, Mama Roop?
Happy birthday!
Did you give everyone a glimpse of the ice cream that you consumed?
Yeah, so
That's all we have to talk
this
about.
place, Amelia's, serves ice cream.
Fabulous.
It's great. They serve ice cream in jars. It's like a scoop, maybe a scoop and a half in a little bitty mason jar. And I wanted two flavors, so I got two flavors. I got lavender honeycomb. It had a little honeycomb in it. And then Madagascar vanilla bean. Madagascar bean vanilla. I don't know. It was vanilla. Mm-hmm. Carrie always gets on to me.
That honeycomb lavender Was it too sweet or was it okay?
It was not as sweet as the vanilla.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanilla's underrated. It has a lot of, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. That's some
So
fancy
that's
ice
why
cream.
I like the lavender sounds incredible, but I'm a real stand for vanilla, so I went with
Yeah.
that.
No, that's fair.
Put them together.
You know, it just hit me. Happy birthday to Carrie, and happy Cinco de Mayo, May 5th.
Yeah.
Who's having a margarita?
I think we are. I don't know. Carrie's in charge of that.
Well, we're going to Moundridge. Well, you and I are. We have wheels up at 6:30 tomorrow morning, so not too many, margaritas and cervezas, amigo. But my wife Tara loves tequila. Like, not in a bad way. Like, she enjoys tequila. So I think she's doing something tonight at the Summit Club, which is great. But happy Cinco de Mayo. I am back from Phoenix. I'm rejuvenized. I'm refreshed. About to go crazy on some
You've got
things.
so much to tell us.
It's so funny. Roop and I were talking about this. By the way, Claude, how are you?
Great.
Everything good?
Yeah.
You hold down the fort last week for us?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I
Someone's
did.
got to keep Roop in line.
Yeah.
You know, we go to these conferences. I actually think we mentioned this last week. And it's like we drink from the Kool-Aid and we come back and everyone's like, oh, God, Roop's off his rocker. Sam's definitely off his rocker. But there's a refreshing component to this, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Before we do so, we're in Moundridge tomorrow. We've got Perry. Claude, are you in Perry at some point?
On Friday.
On Friday. So we're at Ditch Witch and Grasshopper Lovin'. And happy May. I can't freaking believe it is May. School's about 5th, to be out. It's May 5th. 2 weeks left to school. Summer is almost here. It's just wild. But save you some time, save you some opening. Claude, one and only topic today.
And there's no script. I have no idea I have some idea, but I don't really know what you're about to talk
watching the video.
about.
There's no script. I have no script. I have no talking points.
You didn't even make notes?
I didn't make notes.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right here in this brain trust of mine, baby.
It's going to be a good one today.
So Claude's like, saddle up, everyone.
Anything can happen.
She just kicked up her feet. Here we go. Old Sammy's got the microphone, but I think you'll enjoy this. So first off, let's rewind. What is Magnet? Magnet is, it's like my lifeblood. It is the most amazing network. It is independently owned advertising agencies across North America, Europe, and South America. We have 35 agencies worldwide. Very, very cool. We have been a member of Magnet since 1992. I was born in 1991. Okay, so we've been in Magnet for 34 years. I turned 35 this year. Magnet was a vacation spot for us growing up. There used to be 3 meetings a year, a spring, a summer, and a fall. After COVID, we just do 2. We do a spring and a fall. But our summer vacations as kids, we're going to a Magnet meeting. And I met a lot of great people along the way, and I have wonderful memories. And the fun thing is there's still a few people in the network today that remember me when I was 5 years old. So again, right, there's a family nature to this. But what we do is there's ongoing programming. We have monthly forums, Zoom calls. We've got different forums in the sense of topics in the HR, media and analytics, AI. There's all sorts of different workforces. But there's 2 meetings a year, and one is in the United States, North America, and one is normally in Europe, but we're actually going to South America later this year to see my boy Federico. Fedi has an amazing agency down in Buenos Aires, so we cannot wait to see Fedi. But this meeting kicked off in Phoenix. Next year, we go to Savannah, Georgia, and Rome. You get to see some great cities along the way, but you're learning from the best of the best. The big caveat with Magnet, you have to be an independently owned advertising agency. There are no holding companies in our network. The biggest agency, there is one that probably has 500 employees, but for the most part, it is anywhere from 25 employees. There's some smaller than that. Let's call it 10 employees up to 75 is kind of your sweet spot. So we are at Littlefield Agency. We're at 25. I think that's really good. I learned from some bigger agencies. I learned from my guy, Ben Lanero, just blew everyone's mind. He's got a 12 or 13 person shop in Miami. You would have been drooling, Roop. It was just amazing. So the idea when you go to these conferences, which is a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, flew home Saturday. I did bring our kids. I did bring my wife.
I thought I saw
Matt was there, and I got a great story about him. But it is our 80th anniversary of Magnet, 80 years of learning.
Wow.
The idea is you go to this conference on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here we are on Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo. What are actionable things you can literally take from last week and go and implement into your agency today? And that's what I love about that. Sure, there's some conversations and some presentations that speak in theories, but it's how do I run a better agency? How do I become a better leader? And how do we ultimately better serve our clients to drive their business? In theory, what a great learnings.
Yeah, great stack.
So we focused very much on new business and then all things AI, of course, what you're doing in the sense of AI. But the most eye-opening thing to me, and I think this is where we've been winning this year, we started off and it was you got 3 minutes. This was to kick off the conference. And there were 25, 26 agencies there. And you had 3 minutes, maximum 10 slides, and you had to present your agency capabilities. And what have you and I and the team gone away from over the last couple of years is creds decks. No one likes capabilities decks, but we pitched someone recently and they were begging for a creds deck. And I was like, dude, we won the business, by the way, but I was like, we don't do creds decks because we hate talking about ourselves. We want to talk about you. Like, yeah, but our team really needs to know who you are. So that was a really interesting exercise. My main takeaway is most of the agencies have a very similar way of talking about themselves. We have completely pivoted in that direction of, sure, we'll give you one slide about our agency, but again, let's get down to the brass tacks of how we can drive your business. And I think that's where we've won over the years.
Yeah.
How many people, we were just talking about Eisner Amper, right? You just had a meeting with them, and what they originally came to us for, we completely transformed and said, hey, let's maybe think about it this way. And we ultimately got the business because we thought about it differently. That's our job. So that was a really cool way to kick things off. I'm not going to give too much away here, and Claude, you're welcome because I won't go talk for another 20 minutes. But the second day and the third day, what are you doing really well creatively? What are you doing to further drive business, to close more leads, to better your clients was the theme. I'm going to divulge to you in our exec meeting in a couple of hours. And I think you'll appreciate it just where you and Chris are, especially in the world of building things, et cetera. This was out of the last 3 years of Magnet meetings, this was the one that I was like, okay, like, not that I get it, but the power and the transformation that is now going to legitimately happen here in our next 3 to 4 months as an agency, which we've been talking about it, right?
We've been talking about it for 2 years. It's here.
It's here.
It's here now.
It's funny because we actually paid some significant money for an outside speaker that joined virtually, and he was not that great. He's very well known. I won't mention.
I hope he's not listening.
I don't want. He's not listening. I don't want to dog him, but he spoke in theories. And he rapped, and people had questions, and someone was like, "Okay, so how close is this to actually happening?" It's like, "Oh, no, like it's not. This isn't happening for at least another 2 years," which again is a short amount of time. And my buddy Ben got up there a day later, and he's like, "Hey guys, you remember what that person was saying? That's not going to happen for 2 years." He was like, "I'm doing it. It's here."
Yeah,
and like, good on him for thinking it's not happening now, but it's happening. And again, you're thinking, Sam, what in the world are you talking about? The speed to insight and the I don't want to say efficiency is so overused now, but the rate of change of deliverables and how quickly, still strategically,
I think the capacity.
maybe what you're looking for. Thank you, of great deliverables, and also the time to get to said deliverable is going to be so much quicker than we ever thought possible.
Yeah.
There was one presentation, I respect the heck out of him. His name's Jeff McCurry, has a 100 person shop in Jacksonville, Florida. And what used to be a 7 or 8 week creative process, they've gotten down to 3 business days. 3 business days. And there was something there. Like we're talking from creative brief to insight to storyboarding and to actual creative deliverables being executed.
And there's still a value there. There's still insights for the customer.
100%.
It's going to affect their business. All that stuff's still true.
And what I think you're going to like the most about it is it's the clients that they're working with, they're recognizing that it's quicker. Instead of cutting budgets, they're maintaining budgets and they're getting quadruple the amount of content and assets. And to him, he was like, this is really exciting. There were some other presentations on how they're getting into insights so quickly. Some of it you've done in beta, and you and I won't divulge all of that right now.
Not all my secrets, Sam. You can't really.
Not all your secrets. You're a secretive special man. But it's just like, it's really interesting because we're working with a newer client right now that's in a good way pushed us just on timeline. They've got some internal milestones. And we've made it happen, and we've been really proud of ourselves. And now I'm like, man, we could even do that at double the speed. Is where we're headed. Which for our clients listening, for our prospective clients listening, this is such an awesome thing for you because this is so much more content in the world of LLMs and how people are searching and upper funnel awareness. Like everything runs the gamut from a full funnel standpoint. But the last day, my buddy has built something. I don't even know how to coin it, but his development of agents, right? And of course, everyone knows AI agents, agentic world that we're living in. He is not an agency, AGENCY. He is now an agent-C, AGENTCY. And he has 15 employees, full-time human employees.
Okay.
He has 15 agents that are part of his staffing model, and he has 10 in beta that he's working on, curating. And I know, right? Like, it's kind of crazy to see an org chart with a Claudia and a Roop and a Sam. And by the way, these agents, it's not like, oh, here's our biz dev agent, here's our sales agent. Here is Milton, here is Renee. They named him. Here, Renee's head of HR is helping our HR lead do whatever. Here's the interesting thing. They are landing more business than they have ever landed. They are working harder than they have ever worked. And I said, okay, hey, efficiencies. And he goes, these agents have created so much efficiencies in our day for minutia, but we now actually get to just 24/7 be at a strategic level with our client and be thinking on and about their business, which why do we get up every day and come to work? Those things.
Yeah.
It's not, sure, we have to do some little BS things, and that's part of the job.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Yeah, and
you would have been. I'm going to get the deck. Your mind would have been blown.
Yeah, I probably would have been blown.
And we have we've worked on things, but not.
There is an agent. There's an agent that we've been using for about 2 months now that helps Claudia with this podcast when it's done.
Amazing.
So
What's the name, Claude?
We haven't named him. We haven't named him yet.
Mm-mm.
But he's still a trial employee at this point. But we have an agent that can do little bits for us. Like we've created a few that do those things, but Chris has it.
Well, and I know Chris is for sure, and that's the cool thing, right? Like, not dogging our agency in the sense that we're not behind. We're doing a lot of these things, but the formalization of their process, and this is interesting. So Milton is their operating system that they built. Okay, so it's kind of fun, kind of futuristic. And my buddy Ben, he was like, I argued for days with Milton he was very adamant that these agents play a role in our actual business model and staffing model. And I was like, that line right there was so trippy and freaky But he was like, at the end of the day, Milton was right. Like, these people deserve to be part of our roster and our staff. And this sounds crazy, but it's the truth, and it's the way that we're going. So a couple of sneak peeks there of just like, some people are doing some great things. We're doing some really cool things that are right now in beta that we have not publicized yet.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is about to change in the next 60 days.
Yeah. I'm going to let you name the one agent for the big thing I'm working on. I think the agents in there. I think the idea of agents and AI and efficiencies and all this stuff is fantastic. And I feel like maybe I've lived in it long enough now that I'm like, yeah, of course. So, but not everyone's realized it yet. And the idea that your capacity gets greater and your ability to spend more time on the things that matter is absolutely true. I think the thing that everyone kind of shortcuts that I just want Debbie Downer for a minute is there's a cost to that efficiency still.
No, for sure.
And that cost is probably going to be going up a little bit this summer, we think. But like, it's not like, oh, this is just free internet work that happens.
I see what you're doing here.
Try and get a budget.
God, you sure are. Dog.
What I really want people to take away though is
totally.
AI is great, but when you start using it at scale to do greater capacity, greater work, greater insights, greater usage, there is a cost associated with it. And so it's, I don't know. I think a lot of times people are like, well, I talk to it and I get tax advice from ChatGPT and that's great. Sure. At the levels that we're using it and the agencies are using it though, it's not free.
No, for sure.
So you want to be efficient with your AI and your agents and all the work that you're doing as best you can. But I don't want anyone to mistake that like, oh, they're using agents, they're using AI now, so their time is
they're
not
just making a ton of for sure.
No, it's still a lot of time, a lot of money.
Well, and here's again going back to the big strat. Why? Why are we? Is it to make more money? No. Is it to create efficiencies? No. Yes and no. But at the end of the day, is a strategic partner. We've talked about this before. Our job is to create compelling advertising that converts our clients' customers.
Right.
Done deal. That is why we have long-standing relationships with many of our clients. It's why we're picking up new business, is because, and David Littlefield said it really well, from 1980 to 2000, a lot has changed. 2000 to 2020, a lot has changed. And then, good God, in the last 6 years alone, insanity. But he goes, people will always have a sales problem, and our job is to figure out that sales solution through great marketing and effective marketing. And there's some great technology that helps that out. We're about to... I can't wait for this exec meeting today. I think everyone's just going to roll their eyes at me, but I'm ready for it. And I know you are too. Yep. But again, that is our job as marketers. Whether you're on the client side, whether you're an agency listening, whether you're a client of ours, whether you're a prospective client of ours, is to create compelling advertising that drives your business. And if you can do that and you win more customers, everyone wins at the end of the day.
Yeah. The tool set, whether you're using AI or agents or not, like you maybe you're a client who does use those things and you already have your own efficiencies and stuff you're using. Great, it's fine. What matters is at the end of the day, what's the work we're trying to accomplish and how quick can we get it to live?
Well, and we have a client right now. This is really interesting. There's so many people. I just spoke to an amazing person that was here at the agency and that work for big companies, and they're just cutting humans, man. And
I do think that's ultimately going to be a mistake.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. And I didn't understand it until now. And so it's sad, and that's going to be interesting. And some people listening like, oh, Sam, you're nuts. Like, this is the way of the world. But I really do think you still need, and there's a myriad of examples from the last couple of days of you still need that human element. Sure, it's going to get smarter and better and more quote unquote humanized, but there's a lot of opportunity. I think I'm more excited. The guest speaker that was okay said something really well. It's like, hey, you should be scared of this, but you should be motivated and excited. He was like, it's this weird double-edged sword. And I was like, you know what? That's actually exactly, because 2 years ago I was freaking out. It's like, this is the end of the world as we know it. And now it is. It's lit a fire, and it's really, really cool. So that's a snapshot. If I talk too much in theories, call me. Happy to chat through and some more detail. We got a lot of big things coming here at the agency. Summer months I've always loved, because we are going to power through, get to the fall, and it's going to be interesting. And I can't wait. Yeah. And I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I know you're on board, though.
100% on board.
Yeah. And when I talked to Chris Kaiser about this yesterday, he was like, yes, and yes, let's go. And
we've been waiting for an L10. We haven't had one in 3 weeks.
I know, right? I'm itching to get an L10. So with that, we will leave it there. We have a great scripted topic. I wanted to give you just kind of off-the-shelf, quick snippet of a great 3 days with a great network, with great friends. And to my magnet people that are most likely not listening, I do love you. And I learned so much from you. And I am so thankful for that.
And if you have one takeaway from today's podcast, it is not that the future is the future. The future is here now.
Future is here now. Jump on board.
Now is it.
Let's
get
go.
In the water.
Get on this ship. We're taking on the ocean.
I jumped in the water, but you got in a boat.
That's right. I'm smarter than you are.
Yeah, you might be.
You know what, though? I'm going to pull you right back up to that boat, brother. Okay, be well. We will see you guys next week. Happy Cinco de Mayo that celebrate. For those that celebrate, have a great week.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. We hope you found a spark of inspiration for your marketing strategy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Littlefield Agency to keep the conversation going. Catch you next time.